Hello and welcome to Valuechain News. I am Naomi Oleribe. First, the headlines. Crude oil theft, tension in Bayelsa as gunmen issue traditional rulers' death threat. Duport Oil Company pledges to train Nigerian students on oil refining. Senate passes Nigerian Maritime Security Trust Fund bill. And now, the news in detail. There is palpable tension and fear in Bayelsa communities in southern Ijaw local government area as gunmen working with crude oil thieves have continued their brutal attacks on communities who refuse to play ball with them. With no security cover for them by the alleged compromised men of the Joint Task Force (JTF), the communities are daily at the mercy of these gunmen, with rising cases of attacks and forceful takeover of traditional institutions by some gunmen allegedly led by a militia identified as General Endurance Amagbin over theft of crude oil in the area. Our correspondent gathered that the militia groups have been recruiting youths for crude oil thefts in the communities as hoodlums subject traditional rulers to take oath of allegiance or get killed. Valuechain also gathered that the affected communities are host to multi-million-dollar strong 18 inches diameter crude oil Tebi Daba brass pipeline belonging to Nigerian Ajib Oil Company Limited, where many security personnel deployed to the area have allegedly been compromised by the operations of the Daredevil General and his boys. Sources said he has already commenced the illegal refining or cooking crude oil known as fire in the area, and as a result of the rising tension, traditional rulers have sent a petition to the Chief of Defense Staff, General Lucky Irabo, to come to their rescue. As a way of promoting local content, the management of Duport Midstream Company Limited (DMCL) and Energy Park on Wednesday promised to offer internship program on a yearly basis to 600 students across engineering disciplines from 6 top Nigerian universities. The executive officer of the company, Akintoye Akindele, made the pledge during an inspection tour of the facility alongside other partners in Eboko local government area of Edo State, where he said 100 students from Obafemi Awolowo University would be the first to benefit. He said the first phase of the facility, which has a modular refinery operation, gas processing facility, data center and power plants, would commence by April 2022. This is an energy park from a point of view of all the sources such as gas, power, oil, and then added data center technology. We have fused old industry of energy and new of technology to create a carbon accretive modern day business that not only impacts the environment positively, creates jobs, and also boosts confidence of local engineers, he remarked. The Senate has passed a bill seeking to establish the Nigerian Maritime Security Trust Fund following the consideration of a report by the Conference Committee. The committee chairman, Danjuma Goje, in his presentation, recalled that the Nigerian Maritime Security Trust Fund Bill 2021 was passed in the House of Representatives on September 28, 2021. The lawmaker said the Senate concurred to the passage of the bill after it was transmitted to the upper chamber on 1st December 2021 with some slight modifications. He added that the difference noticed in the two versions of the bill by both chambers necessitated the constitution of a conference committee by the Senate on 18th January 2022 for the purpose of harmonization. The mandate of the conference committee, therefore, was to harmonize the area of difference in the two versions of the bill as passed and make appropriate recommendations for adoption, Goje said. He added that the conference committee met on 1st February to deliberate on the areas of divergence which were discovered in Clause 14 of the bill relating to the appointment of the executive secretary and other staff of the trust fund. Untapped natural gas supplies in sub-Saharan Africa are set to be unleashed this decade, with output more than doubling from 1.3 million barrels of oil equivalent per day in 2021 to 2.7 million barrels of oil equivalent per day in 2030 due to vast undeveloped deepwater resources. Rystad Energy Research shows deepwater developments have played a crucial role in the region's liquid output to date, averaging about 50% of annual production. Gas output from such fields has been minimal. This is expected to change, however, as gas from deepwater reserves will surge in the coming years. Production from deepwater development will skyrocket from 120,000 barrels of oil equivalent per day in 2021, 9% of total output including shelf and land production, to 1 million barrels of oil equivalent per day, accounting for 38% of total output. As global demand for gas continues to rise and important countries suffer supply headaches, the production outlook for the region is promising. The chairman of Germany's Foreign Affairs Committee, Michael Roth, has revealed that the ongoing crisis in Ukraine makes the new gas contracts with Russia inconceivable. Addressing the media on Thursday, Roth says he foresees deepening economic crisis in Russia. Earlier this week, Germany suspended the certification of the Nord Stream 2 pipeline, putting the energy project with Russia on hold indefinitely. The Gazprom-led project is aimed at increasing Russia's capacity to deliver gas to Germany and other EU countries via the Baltic Sea, bypassing transit countries such as Ukraine. Europe gets 40% of its natural gas supplies from Russia, which are delivered by Nord Stream and other pipelines through Ukraine. The EU has seen a surge in gas prices in recent months, with fuel hitting an all-time high of $2,190 in December. The latest development surrounding Ukraine has sent natural gas prices surging by more than 40% on Thursday. The National Information Technology Development Agency (NITDA) has said Nigeria is in the process of realizing its goal of digital economy, where the country will generate much more revenue from information, communication and technology (ICT) than crude oil. The Director General of the agency, Kashifu Inwa Abdullahi, stated this in Kaduna at a one-day stakeholders engagement meeting organized by the agency to create understanding between it and its stakeholders in pursuit of digitization and entrepreneurial evolution of Nigeria. The Director General of NITDA, who was represented by the agency's Director of Zonal Offices Directorate, Babajide Ajayi, said, "We are engaging diverse stakeholders because we want to get to the level of the advanced countries where we can generate more revenue from tapping into ICT than crude oil." According to him, we are in the process of realizing our dream of a booming digital economy. You can see that our ministry's name was changed from communication to communication and digital economy. It is not just for the sake of changing name, but to ensure we achieve all forms of digitization in the country. Before we end the news, here's a recap of our headlines. Crude oil theft, tension in Bayelsa as gunmen issue traditional rulers death threat. DuPont Oil Company pledges to train Nigerian students on oil refining. Senate passes Nigerian Maritime Security Trust Fund Bill. And that's the news. I am Naomi Oleribe. Good evening.